Dame is number one.
Notre Dame with a miracle win as the clock
Going
runs
in. Notre Dame has scored.
Okay. Thursday practice. Well, we were in the stadium today. Kind of created a new weekly schedule of being in the stadium on Thursdays. Work our team out on Thursdays. Again, we try to do everything based upon anything that Eric Hansen writes. And so when I read that this morning, I decided to move our team into the stadium. That's not true. I was being facetious, just in case. You did? Okay, because nobody else did. They thought actually I was serious. I want to go into the stadium. Again, it's important that our guys feel comfortable in there. I felt at times we ran into the stadium like we were running into the Basilica or we were running to the Grotto. We're running into the stadium, to a football stadium, and I want our guys to feel comfortable in there. We were in there like 6 or 7 times last year, so by going on Thursdays, I want our guys to feel comfortable in the stadium, in the locker room, in the tunnel, on the field, on the sideline. So we practiced there today, had a good practice, and now we're ready for Focus Friday and get ready to play Purdue. Questions?
A few struggles with the kicking game last week. Any concerns there, and have you addressed it?
Yeah, I mean, there's always concerns when, you start like that. But I think they were more about nerves than they were anything else. They settled in after, I think we had, a PAT and a poor kickoff and not a great punt. But I think it was just settling in first time, and they've had a good week.
Brian, just following up on moving the practice to the stadium, I mean, did you feel like the grass held up pretty well?
It did, actually. We were a bit surprised. We actually talked about that. We felt like I don't know what was, what the case was in years past, but they always talked about digging up the field. It was good today, and we'll continue to do that based upon what I saw today.
Brian, what's the best and the worst you saw from Tommy this week?
The best and the worst. I just think, he continues to get better in ball position and ball placement and putting it away from the defenders, which, obviously we had, too many turnovers last year. What level the ball should be, those kinds of things are the best. I don't know if there was worse, but he's still got room to work on a couple of things mechanically. He's got a low arm slot. Sometimes the ball comes out in an area where I don't want it. So we're working mechanics because he's got the mental end of it down. You know what I mean? But some of the mechanics that we're still trying to clean up.
So do you have a clear number 2?
No, we don't. Both those guys are ready, to play.
Brian, it's the second week where it's a team you handled pretty well last year, and I know as a staff you don't look at it that way, and probably some of the seniors don't. They know. Of course, it's different every year. But is it a point of emphasis for the younger guys that were there? And you had incredible offensive success against Purdue last year.
No, it's a new team. There's new guys. There's guys that we're playing on offense that didn't even travel to that game. So it's more. It's been all this week is less about Purdue, and we respect the heck out of them, and they're going to play their very best. We know that, but we got so much to work on relative to our own selves that's been our focus.
Coach, you talked about running out into the stadium. You didn't actually practice running out into the stadium, did you?
No, I meant it as a figure of speech, in that, when we run out there, I want some energy. I want, it almost seems like there's too much of a reverence there. You know what I mean? It's Notre Dame Stadium. It's a football game, and let's have some energy. And we talked about that today, and we'll continue to, beat that drum.
Have you seen the campaign with the Take a Stand for Notre Dame?
I have not.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Just about fans getting up, taking a stand, and maybe cheering a little louder, being a little more, making it a tougher place to play. Obviously, you would like that, and probably on third downs for their.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. Again, I think if we do a better job in third down and get people off the field and score touchdowns, I think the place will go crazy. We just got to get it to go crazy.
Brian, the sharpness of practice this week compared to a normal week when you're not coming back from transatlantic flight, what'd you really look for to tell you, okay, this is normal stuff?
Yeah, we went 24 periods on Tuesday. It was 90 degrees on the field. Our guys did a very good job. We really tested them, and I wanted to test them on Tuesday. We went full go, 2 hours of practice. That's not normally what we do. And then we backed it off a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday. No ill effects. Our training staff has been on it, monitoring, making sure that our guys didn't have, dead legs or lethargic. Coach Longo has weight training at 8 a.m. In the morning, and he felt his group was really good. So all signs for us, we feel really good.
Tommy, one of his strengths is, run checks, identifying fronts. Where is Everett with that? How much do you even ask him to do that at this point?
He's got to do some of that. There's no question. The next step here is, he's got to be able to function in a sense that teams are not just going to give him clean boxes to look at and say, all right, you got 6, we got 6, and let's go play. We're going to get bare fronts. We're going to get stacked fronts. We're going to get all those looks, and he's got to be able to manage it. Look, we don't have much film on this defensive coordinator. I mean, we've got one game against a 1AA opponent where they didn't show much. We're looking at film at Kansas State in 2008. So we've had to prepare for everything, and we have this week.
He also had Harlow back this week.
Yep.
Is his role similar to last year where he'll split reps with
Yep,
Fox?
he'll be involved. He'll be on the field on Saturday, absolutely. Yeah, he's had a good week.
What kind of week did Amir have, and how does he fit in once he's ready to go for you?
He had a good week. He's not ready to play in the system of offense. He's ready to play. He's getting closer to where we feel like physically he's going to be able to get some reps, but it's going to take him a little bit more time. But it was good to get him out there. This is really his first week of true practice. So we try to make it akin to the first week of really preseason camp for him. And that's kind of where he was at.
Is there any chance then, I know you went to the trouble to get him this year, is there any chance that you'll get too deep into the season and you may want to hold him back this year?
Yeah, I mean, the rules are you've got to do it within the first 6 games, so you've got to make that decision. And we'll see where we are. I mean, we're counting on playing him, but, we leave all those options open for a number of guys.
Right, yesterday Everett talked about offensive players on the field with him echoing the plays.
Yes.
How much are you counting on the surrounding cast, particularly the offensive line, to make sure that he knows what he needs to know?
Yeah, we're asking those guys. Zach Martin's helping him with fronts, and Braxton Cave is doing a great job of making sure he knows. He was kidding him today because I guess that was an article that was written by somebody in here, and Cave started telling him what level ball not to throw. So it got carried away a little bit today in terms of their input. But there's great communication with those veterans up front and helping him on every play.
In terms of the feedback that you want Chuck Martin giving to you in the headset on game day, I mean, are you the type that you want him to carry on a conversation with you, or just pick his spots to communicate?
No, we're talking every play. It's so hard. I've been doing it for 20 years. I probably should be better at just, letting it go. But we have, the thing is, we've done a lot of scripting of plays. So a lot of our stuff is scripted up. And then we're in situational down and distance where number 6 under 3rd and 4. You know what I mean? And there's 6 plays. So we've got a pretty good system of communication down, and Chuck knows what I want, and he knows what I'm looking for.
Just to clarify, you're calling the plays and he's making suggestions along the way, or how does that work?
Yeah, everything comes through me, and I make the decision what goes out.
But he'll say,
absolutely,
I want to think about this.
But that's been the case. That was the same thing with Charlie and Jeff Quinn and all my coordinators. You can't have them up there, eating hot dogs. They've got to be communicating through me. Now, sometimes I may take over and not want to be a good listener at times, and other times I'm a really good listener.
Brian, I think Tuesday was a special day at your house. You talked about it a little bit today. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, my wife made her second run through cancer and made it 5 years. It's significant because after we had gotten to 4 years and 8 months, she came up with cancer a second time. So we had a pretty big party on Tuesday. So no spirits for me. I was up in the morning at 6 a.m. But it was pretty loud at my house on Tuesday. Thank you for asking.
Jabari Russell, stay in the starting lineup.
Absolutely. Do you want to take him out? I do not. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.